Alright, let's see here. It should be live. Let's see. I'm gonna text YouTube to catch up. Do 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 do. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Hi. So thank y'all for joining. I am DL Stewart, and this is my weekly write-in. I missed the one last week because of I had a friend come up, and I had intended on just kind of pushing it back like an hour or so, and then I was like, I don't feel like rushing around, so I'm just gonna cancel it. And I'm glad because it would have had to start like 3 or 4 hours late. So yeah. But anyways, I am back. Yeah, I got some questions for us to answer tonight. They are just some random questions I found. Not really a theme or anything. It's just goofy random questions. So that will be fun. Let's see here. Rad Girl's here. Hello, hello, hello. And Devin, welcome, welcome. Let's see here. We will do 3, 4 sprints somewhere in there. Depends, exactly how long we chit chat in between and this and that and all that fun crap. And my phone's being stupid. Yeah. Let me know what y'all are going to be working on. I myself am still not writing. I basically took a whole month off of writing last month. I did a little bit, but not much. And starting this month off, about the same. Intend to get back to writing soon. I've just got a bunch of videos to edit and upload for my Patreons and to upload for YouTube for this month and stuff. So I will be working on that at the moment. And I might write a little bit for like my memoir or something. I'm not sure. But that's where I am right now. Let me know what y'all are working on. Rad Girl said, I am outlining tonight. I am determined to get this outline done this month. Damn. I never really had problems outlining, especially not that taking that long. So yeah, I don't really know how that feels, but I'm sorry that it takes that long, I guess. I hope you can get it done and, actually start writing, because that's where all the fun stuff is. So yeah. Yeah, I got let's see what she says. I have problems because I'm slow and lazy. Yeah, if I just sit down and write it, I can usually get it done in like just a couple hours for my outline. But typically I do it during, or anymore, I just work during these streams or other people's streams. So since I'm only doing it for like 2 hours and technically not even that, probably maybe an hour at a time, it seems to take a week or two to do. But it's because I'm not just sitting down and working on it straight, I guess. But yeah. Tiffin says I love outlining. Yeah, I wouldn't say I love it, but I don't really find it hard or anything. I kind of enjoy the whole exploring the world and stuff that way. We got Ionic Shock. Hello. I think this is the first time I've seen you on any stream, so welcome, welcome. I'm here because I need help with something. I'm trying to create a certain character. I need writing advice on how to convey this character. Hi. What kind of questions or exactly what are you needing help with? And maybe me or somebody in the comments will be able to help you out. But this past week, I've had a friend at my house staying, and we've goofed off and spent some time together. So I'm uploading some vlogs of that right now for my Patreons, and then I will be uploading a condensed version on my YouTube channel for y'all. I think the condensed version is like not even 10 minutes, like maybe 7 or 8. I don't know, something like that. While the ones for my Patreon are closer to 30 minutes each, and there's going to be 4 of those for the extended version. So you're looking at maybe 2 hours worth. I had actually filmed think a little over 4 hours worth, and I kind of trimmed it down some. Let's see here. So I've got this villain I'm trying to perfect. Oh, I love villains. And the thing is, this is a different kind of villain from what we see today, which makes it harder to know for sure how to convey such a character as this. It deviates very strongly from modern ideas of a villain. Yeah. What you mean by it's a different kind of villain? Exactly what you looking into and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I love me some villains. I like, as a whole, I like morally gray characters, whether it's a villain or your hero, your protagonist, or whatever. I like anything that's kind of morally gray, so it could be either or, depending on how you look at it. So it's based on different mindsets from today's. All right. Like what kind of mindsets? Like exactly what are you looking into, or are you just trying to figure out something that would be different? Can you can try YouTube at times doesn't like links or whatever, but you can if you got like a short description, go ahead and type it up in the comment. But if not, you can go ahead and try to send a link. YouTube at times don't like links in comments. If I see it, I'll approve it or whatever. But yeah, there's that possibility that YouTube might just block it as spam or something. All right. But yeah, I know for this past month, for February, for my regular YouTube videos, I did a series called "Do You Hate Me Yet?" I uploaded once or twice a week on Mondays and on Thursdays. And since a lot of people seem to enjoy that, I am going to continue that series into March, and I will continue uploading on Mondays and Thursdays. And since March has, I think, 5 Mondays, there will actually be 9 videos in that series, which I already have all those uploaded and stuff and just scheduled. So I'm not having to worry about that. But besides those 9, I will be uploading a vlog of Rachel's trip here at some point. And then after that, I will be uploading a friendship tag video that we did, some questions and stuff. Let's see here. Do you say no? I do not. It's not popping up on either StreamYard or on YouTube. So yeah, but yeah, if you can do like a short little description or something, nothing too long, I guess. You can go ahead and pop that in the comments. We'll read over it. Yeah, YouTube hates links. At times, certain links, they'll yeah, sure, I'll do it. Other times, they're like, nope. All right, that's fine. Yeah. Let's see here. Actually, that's just it. That's just complicated, and that's why I need all the help I can get. The whole trying to figure out something that's not what was that? How'd you word it? Today's mindset, like a different type of mindset. The villain of my story can basically be described as a new, darker, more malignant kind of evil. He's a scientist who has produced the most dangerous mutant hybrid creature to ever exist, but he's the true monster. This is kind of villain that we see today because one, it relies on the idea that people can willingly choose to become evil all on their own, which is very true since through the dishonorable things they've chosen. He's a villain with wholly evil intentions, unlike the modern idea that villains must have twisted ideas of good intentions. This guy makes no pretense of being good or or having good intentions because his intentions are entirely self-focused and monstrosity and whatever towards humanity. He's completely sane, being a total healthy mental state. This is extremely important because it shows that this guy's evil does not come from his head, but entirely from his heart. The sum of this character he is to existenceless human beings through their consciousness create their own value and determine a meaning for their life because the human being does not possess any inherent identity or value. The identity or value must be created by the individual by performing the acts that constitute whom they themselves are. They make their existence more significant. The basic idea is this. From the beginning, Stone lived his life seeking to make what he could of himself and other things, and then that desire was infected by raw pride born from idealizing of things that gave the prospect of self-made power and identity and power over other things and people. The value he placed on these personal idols of his turned him into an existentialist who utterly devalued humanity, devoted entirely to his own interests, which lay in his idols. He eventually combined his idols into one horrible composite ideal, something with the power to be supreme and wholly significant unto itself and able to make other existences whatever it wanted them to be. At last, he took a look at the world through the eyes of his creation, his idol's eyes, and it presented him with the prospect of being that very thing, something that would be superior to humanity by being able to make humanity into what he now deemed them solely worth to be, helpless playthings for him to control and exploit. The theme of the story deals with monsters, one literal and one figurative. The common thread through Stone's life, responsible for his descendant into evil, is his pride. But his pride was something else, something different from a man's pride. The goal of a man's pride is honor among other beings. The goal of the monster's pride is fuel its own sense of self superiority. But making any use it desires of other beings, his pride may have started out as a man's pride, but with time it became a monster's pride, and his idol snapped or shaped it along with his soul. Another theme of the story is the question of when someone stops being human. What does it take to become a true monster? All you need to do is take the path with following yourself constantly, like saying, "You can't hinder me from pursuing my interests with your morals," and then keep following that. You'll keep dismissing moral sense more and more. Eventually, you'll come to feel the conscious itself doesn't suit you, and you'll cast it off. And eventually, when you respect for anything resembling mortality and anything except yourself has eroded away into absolute nothingness, you won't be a human being anymore, and you won't care about being one. Then you'll be able to say, "Yes, I'm a monster." In Stone's case, his motivation for taking that path was that he saw an idol waiting for him, the idol he made for himself, the image of all that he exalted. He followed it devotedly down the path, giving himself to it more and more, becoming ever more consumed by it. He pursued it as if it were a god until he decided he no longer needed it to be a god, but simply him, not an upheld idea, but just his nature. He followed it all the way down to the lowest point, where there was no light left to be seen, and he finally decided he no longer needed humanity in his soul. And so he let his creation, his idol, complete its growth within him so that it completely consumes and replaces all that was left of his humanity. That was a lot longer than what I thought it was going to be. Seems like you got a lot of it pretty well mapped out. Um, I know I kind of understand the whole concept, bad for just being bad, for the sake of being bad, instead of the whole antagonist or the protagonist in their own story type ordeal. You want to kind of break that and go, they're bad just because they want to be bad. And I agree with that. I actually have a character in my book that is kind of like that. It's not explored too much, but is basically more they're egotistical and they want all the power for themselves. They want themselves to be lifted up, and they don't really care what they have to do, and they are in the right mind knowing that it's hurting others, but they see it, well, it doesn't hurt me, so I don't really care type mindsets. um so I like those kind of villains as well. They don't always have to be the protagonist in their own story, which it's kind of cool that you brought this up, because that's one of the topics of one of my videos for this coming up month. Is villains being bad just for the sake of being bad or whatever. But yeah, and just kind of, I guess, approach it like they are egotistical and they're just self-centered. They don't really care what happens to anybody else as long as it benefits them. Then they don't care. They always have their own intentions in mind versus somebody else's. So, I mean, I don't know if that helps you any or whatever, but just reading that sounds like you got a pretty good basis of, the story and the character, and I guess the history, the background of the character and stuff. But it is 17 after. I'd say about 3 minutes. We can go ahead and get started on our first 15-minute sprints. So 20 after. But yeah, if you have any specific questions or whatever I might be able to answer, you can go ahead and ask that. But yeah, that's that. Oh, let's see. Oh, come on, computer, quit. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Otherwise, we'll get started on the next sprint in about 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and pop up the first question. Let y'all start thinking about it. Like I said, these are completely random ass questions. So they're goofy in some ways or whatever. Like the first one, would you rather have 100 kittens, 3 sloths, or a pet elephant? Uh, Go ahead and think about that, and I will read the comments or replies to that after the next sprint. But until then, it is about 20 after. So we'll go ahead and get started on the first one for 15. Start in 3, 2, 1, right. That it's time. Let us know what y'all got done if y'all was doing. Holy shit, there's a lot of comments. Alright, let's see here. I'll go back to where I was. Where was. Yeah, let me know what y'all got done, if anything. Looks like most of y'all was just talking. Jeannie's here. Hello, hello. Let's see here. Meadow, hello, hello. Thank you for coming. Oh, you're on this for a script? I would say, have you ever actually wrote a script before or whatever? I don't know if this is like your job, if something you're just kind of doing or what, but usually in scripts, screenplays and stuff, it's mostly just dialogue. There's a little bit of kind of setting the scene type ordeal. It's not as much prose as actual writing and stuff, but most of it's dialogue. And if you are trying to convey it in a character, maybe some dialogue. I mean, you don't have to do it like too heavy, like everything he says. Maybe just like mention it once or twice that he's doing it for his own personal growth or whatever, and doesn't really care about others. Then everything else would just kind of fall into place, I guess. But a lot of it would be kind of relayed or relied upon the actor and the facial expressions and their body language and stuff like that. That they feel themselves as superior than others, or just not caring what others think and stuff like that. Yeah. Really only need one conversation to say, I know I'm doing bad things, but I don't care. Yeah, you don't have to say that all the time or whatever. Your audience is smart enough to know that, if he says that once, all the other bad things, more than likely he's, has thought it through and still doesn't care or something like that. But I would do a little bit of dialogue and then a lot of like body language and how he actually acts. Which a lot of that will have to be relied upon the actor itself. I know you can put some of that stuff in the script. Just kind of like the overall, feel, I guess. But most of the time, that's more up to the actor to actually execute properly. Let's see. Oh shit! Comments jump in. Jenny, working on newsletter magnet. It's supposed to go out this month. Cool. I plan on redoing mine at some point. I've got it right now, just the first couple chapters of my debut novel. I intend on writing like a short story or something to put in as a magnet. Let's see here. Red Girl got some outlining done. It's a training scene and it feels like a drag, but it's a necessary scene. Kind of training. Yeah. Yeah. Most of the actual way it's presented on screen is up to the actor and director exactly the feel and the tone that they want. You could write in kind of, this person's irritated or, snobby or something, but most of the time it's up to them to actually deliver on how snobby or whatever. Characters learning how to use their powers. Cool, cool. Yeah, I know sometimes seems like that can be kind of slow and stuff. I got one in the Battle for METAGORE where Malar is kind of trying to teach his son how to shape into his animal spirit, and I feel like that was kind of a slow chapter, but I know a lot of people said they liked it because it kind of gives more in depth of that race and stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah, I felt like that was kind of a slowed right through or whatever. Oops. But yeah, the first question I posted earlier, want to answer like I said, it's a bunch of just random goofy questions tonight. Would you rather have 100 kittens, 3 sloths, or a pet elephant? For me, I would probably pick 3 sloths. One, because 3 is my number, and I have 3 cats right now, and they can be annoying, so I definitely don't want 100. And I don't want to have to try to keep up with a giant elephant. And sloths move slowly, so I feel like I could just kind of leave them and not to worry about them running off or some shit. And that would be my answer. Let's see here. Jeannie said none. Yeah. I don't really like animals that much to have constantly. Like I said, we have 3 and we've had some dogs before and stuff, but it's just like, leave me alone. I don't like you. Type of ordeal a lot of times. So yeah, I'm not an animal person. Not that much, anyways. There are certain animals I could be all right with, but most of them. Red Girl said easy. 100 kittens. Give me all the cats. Jenny, I've had pets all my life, so done with them, even though I've loved them. Yeah, if I ever actually got another animal, I'd want a horse. I loved it when I used to have a horse. I loved riding horses and the whole breaking process and stuff. And now that I write medieval fantasy, I would try to break it into a war horse. I think that'd be fun. The whole training ordeal and the whole mounted archery and mounted sword fights and stuff like that. Actually practicing that on mannequins and stuff. That'd be cool. But yeah. Let's see here. He said too much responsibility, especially when they get older and sick. Yeah. Locally, right now, the 3 cats that we have are all 2 years old. I'm just over. So yeah, they're not too old yet. They're still hyper, and they're very skittish, and they hide all the time. So they're not the typical get on your desk and start knocking over shit cats. They hide and sleep. So I'm fine with that right now. Devin said I co-wrote a book about cats. The bio links are on my Twitter page. Yeah, cats. Like that. It's almost a quarter till. So I'd say in less than a minute, we'll get started on our next 15-minute sprint and go to the top of the hour. What the fuck? No. My timer does weird shit. All right. Get started in 3, 2, 1. Right. That is it. Time is up. Let us know what y'all got done. Uh, I uploaded a video for my Patreons and got another one exporting after I edited it. So I'll probably be doing that rest of the day. And I went and downloaded some files for work that's due tomorrow because that's how I roll. I'll wait till the last day. Well, it's small stuff, so I ain't too worried about it. Let's see here what we got going on in the comments. A lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. Eva's here. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? Welcome. Jeannie's here, still working on the newsletter magnet. Cool, cool, cool. So the next random question I got today is, would you rather go to space or to the bottom of the ocean? Um, for me, I don't know. I've seen some of the stuff in the ocean. I think it's cool and stuff, but I think I'd rather go to space, depending how far out I could go. I think that would just be something kind of cool. That not very many people actually get to experience. Whereas the bottom of the ocean, even though most people don't go to the very bottom, a lot of people's been in water or in a lake or something, so they kind of get the idea of it. But the actual outer space, I think, would be cool. So that would be my choice. That's what we're going on in the comments. Right, girl, I got past the training scene. Now I'm outlining a scene with some character development. Cool, cool. Boom, boom. I go neither because I'm scared of space, and you could die if you went deep sea diving. I'm talking about if not your life wasn't threatened or anything. You don't have to worry about a spaceship blowing up or not having oxygen or anything like that. Which one would you like? Which one would you like to explore? Genie, I sound like a stick in the mud today. I wouldn't want to do either. Yeah, I would rather do both, but if I had to pick one, I'd pick space. And these questions I just found like 5 minutes before the stream because I was like, I need to find something at some point to just chit chat about between. So yeah, that's one that just kind of random. Red Girl said, okay, well, the ocean because I love water and marine life. Cool, cool. Yeah, I like some of the farther down, deeper marine life. I don't. Well, some of the regular fish and stuff is all right, coral reefs and stuff. I like the angler fish and shit like that. So yeah, Eva, bottom of the ocean, diving. I can be trained and more in control. Sure, tragedy could strike, but if it does, chance of survival is greater. Yep. Doo-doo-doo-doo. If you didn't mean which am I less terrified of? Still ocean. I enjoy sea life. Space is kind of a long way trip. I think that's another reason why I wouldn't mind going out of space. Just kind of get away for a little while. You go deep sea diving, come back in a couple hours or something. You go to outer space, you might be out there for a while. But yeah, just the quietness. Oh, let's see here. Delete that shit. I'd say maybe about another 5 minutes. Give y'all some more time to chit chat or answer that question or whatever. In about 5 minutes, we'll go ahead and do our next sprint. So at 10 after. Let's see what else we got going on. Who's the title character? Is it the protagonist or villain, or is it equally both? Trauma is a big variable. Largely depends on the character and the probability. Without the trauma, could it be done in an ideal situation? So if your story or your script isn't mainly focused on the villain, you don't have to incorporate too much about it. And if it's more focused on the protagonist that's been turned into a monster, you could tie that into the villain's background, not as much of exploring the villain's background itself, but exploring your hero's transformation from the villain or whatever, and kind of clue in the villain that way without actually directly going to the villain. But yeah, I know for script writing, a lot of stuff is you are very limited on what you can and cannot include for it to be good. Yeah. That'd be pretty interesting. Yep. Why the hell is that not showing up on YouTube? He was being stupid. Oh. So the transformation hasn't started yet. Is it like at the beginning, or is it like the process of the whole transformation is the script? Starts out as a man and then suddenly in one moment he falls victim to the villain's devices and becomes a monster. Oh. I've been good. I took about a week off of social media for the most part, or at least it feels like I did. I've been doing other things. Didn't really watch many streams or anything like that. I had company over for the past week. Showed up last Sunday and left Friday afternoon, so for almost an entire week. That's what I've been doing. Film doesn't really allow for a lot of backstory yet. If you have too much, it will really slow everything down and take up too much of the movie. If it's really important to you to have all of that info. Yeah, like I said, you're very limited on what you're going to do. Try to incorporate most of it in dialogue, actions, and in the perspective of other characters. You don't have to build the villain up by focusing on the villain. You can build them up and depict them properly through other people's perspective of them. Comments. It is 11 after, so we will go ahead and start this 15 minutes, a minute late. But oh well. Go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, right. And that is Tom. Let us know what you got done. I actually downloaded some stuff for work and started to listen through some of the case files. I haven't really opened up the paperwork for it because I really don't feel like doing all that right now. So yeah, that's the easy stuff. The actual typing everything up is the hard, but do all the paperwork for it later. I did that. That image I got exporting, that was editing earlier, is maybe 20-25% done. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit. It's like a 41-minute long jam session, basically. Let's just jamming out some music in the car. So yeah, there's that. Let's see what's going on over here. Onyx Sharks asking, so go over here. Are there any places where concept scripts can be submitted and analyzed professionals, like say online services that do that or something? Anyone know anything like that? I don't really know much about for scripts and stuff. I know there are some writing places that you might be able to submit scripts to. I don't know. I know Readsy's a good one with a lot of resources for writing. I don't know if they got anything for screenplays or anything like that. I don't know if you know her, but Aphrodite Lee, which is another fellow author tuber, that's usually on these streams or whatever. She has, or that's her job. She does a lot of short films and stuff, and writes the screenplays, films them, all that kind of stuff. So you might want to ask her if you want more of insight from that perspective. I believe her link's down below in the description somewhere. If you want to go check her out and shoot her some questions if you got anything like that. But her YouTube link's down below. But that's her job, is she does a lot of short films and stuff. I got up to get some grapes and then continued outlining. I'm almost done with this chapter. Cool. Do you just outline like a chapter at a time? Like you outline a chapter, then you write it, and then you outline the next chapter, or what? Or do you just sit down and outline the entirety of it? Yeah, I know I have written some screenplays before, and it was mostly I took my story and turned it into a screenplay. So I've got a little bit of experience with the actual the format and how everything's supposed to be set up and stuff. And yeah, I think doing that, it was a lot easier for me to write the screenplay, just because there's not that much there. I felt like writing the story itself was harder. But trying to write the plot and stuff starting off as a screenplay, that would be a little bit difficult, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, I got a bunch of links down below, different people's other author tubers and stuff. I think it's the tribe or something. I don't know what's list, but there's a list. Just look for Aphrodite Lee. Her stuff's down there. You can click that and take you to her channel and stuff. You can send her a message or something. Yeah, no problem. I know I've skipped over a lot of your comments mainly because I know it's other people's already kind of replying to it, so I didn't feel it was necessary to read everything. I don't want you thinking that I was just it's like, I don't want to mention it or whatever, but I noticed other people were replying, so yeah. Yes, I outline everything by chapter. My outlines are very detailed. Yeah, I know about the whole outlining by chapter, but I mean, I didn't know if you did it one chapter, then wrote it in another chapter. I know when I outline everything from start to finish of the book before I start writing, but I already break it down into chapters as I'm outlining. So I know, like chapter 1, all of this happens. Chapter 2, all this happens, and I wait until I get completed with my outline before I start writing. So I didn't know if you did that or if you just outlined and then wrote a chapter and then went and outlined the next and back and forth. Well, thank you for joining us. Anytime. I do this mostly every Sunday, 7 Eastern. So, yeah. I have one more random ass question. What's the dumbest thing you've ever done on a dare? Something that somebody's dared you to do and you actually did it, or close to it or something. For me, I don't know. I've done a lot of dumb shit. The one that pops in my mind the most is probably jumping off of a house on a pogo stick and trying to land on the air conditioner unit. So yeah, that would be mine. Let's see here. Girl said I'm doing the outline before I write the novel just to go. All right, so you're writing it all at once then? No. Devin Meadow has a stream on Tuesdays. Yep. Yeah, there's also if anybody's interested in a stream schedule, I'll link at I think the very bottom of the description to a spreadsheet with a bunch of write-ins and stuff. I believe Meadows is on there, mine's on there, Aphrodite's is on there, Deal Tillery's, and Carol's and Sarah's and a bunch of people. Yeah, and I believe everybody's channels are linked in that spreadsheet as well. So yeah, that's all down there for y'all. I believe that's at the very bottom. Michael is here. Hello, hello, welcome. The dumbest thing I did as a dare can't be mentioned in this chat. Nope, sorry. Uh-huh. Okay. Oops, shit. There we go. No, that's not what I want. Where the fuck is it? There we go. There we go. Yeah, I've done some stupid shit. Of course, I ain't ashamed to talk about stuff. Of course, I know me jumping off a house with a pogo stick isn't really that bad, but I've done some other stuff. Not because of dares, but I've done some other stuff. Let's see here. Metal says, I bet you broke yourself and the AC. No, I did not actually. I think I left a little bit of a dent on the AC unit, but I was unharmed. One of my friends did the same thing after me, and he just barely nicked the edge of the AC unit, fell forward and tried to brace himself from hitting the grass, and the pogo stick landed on his arm and he snapped it in half, and we had to rush him to the hospital. But yeah, I wasn't harmed, so I was okay with it. Let's see. Oh shit, comments keep moving. I'm turning into Meadows' unofficial publicist. Yep. It's good to have a publicist at times, I guess. Michael, I'm not exactly ashamed of it. It just can't be mentioned because of NSFW. Yeah. Fucking guidelines and laws and bullshit. Oh. I've done a lot of dumb things, but I don't think I've been dared to do something stupid. Oh, you haven't had the right amount of friends then. My friends were always daring people to do stupid crap. I know we took the wheels off of our skateboards one time when it snowed, and I drove around while they held on to like the doors of my car. We opened the doors and I was hanging on to the inside and I was riding like snowboarding almost on the icy streets and snow and stuff. And we wasn't going slow. I mean, I was going 40, 55 miles an hour, and there's was one time that the board kind of stopped and they went round to the ground. I was like, "Ooh, shit! Oh well." We've done shit like that. We used to get cardboard boxes and set it on our skateboards and sit down in it and roll down steep hills until the skateboard hit a rock and stop, and then we'd flip off of it and tumble down in the cardboard box. And it wasn't stupid crap like that. Let's see here. But that is the last question I have for today. We can do probably one more actual sprint, and then we'll do our little outro and call it good. Or I'll do my outro. Y'all ain't got to do anything, but yeah. Time is this? Yeah, let's wait another 4 minutes before we get started. So at 20 till we'll start on the thingy, the last sprint. Boom, boom. Metal stairs not a dare, but my sister used to tie a slow shed to the saddle of her horse and pull us around in the field in the winter. I've never done that to a horse. I've done it like a trash can lid type of sled or whatever, like a makeshift sled that way, tied to the back of a four wheeler and stuff, and rode around in the um, mud or grass or whatever. I've also, when I used to work at Subway, I worked there late at night by myself, and I would mop right in front of the actual glass area where you'd buy your food, and then we'd like use it as a slipping slide, me and some of my friends. And there was a door on the side, and they would just like run and slide and run right into that fucking door most of the time. I know a couple times we'd go over there and lock that door when they wasn't paying attention, so they'd slam into it and almost break a wrist or something trying to stop themselves. But yeah, I was luckily never injured in any of the stupid shit that we did. So my friends were. I never was. I got lucky. Oh, my phone's going off. Yeah. Yeah, I know we used to make makeshift bombs when we worked at Subway and light them and let them blow up back in the back room and outside. Caught a tree on fire one time doing that. All kinds of stupid crap. Yeah. Oh, knows it. Make sure I didn't miss any comments. Oh, I think I'm still trying to catch up on my sleep from this past week. All week, I bet I did not go to bed before fucking 3 o'clock. All week. Fucking past couple days, I've been catching up on it. My mom kept the kids a couple nights ago, Friday night. So Saturday I slept in. I was like, yeah, I need this. But it is about 22. So we go ahead and get started. That's my timer. Start in 3, 2, 1, right. That is it. Time is up. Let's know what you got done. There we go. So let's see. We got some comments. Everyone in my house has been sick the last week except me. That sucks. I hate when one person in the house gets sick. I have a family of 5, me, my wife, and 3 kids, and one gets sick, and then it usually waits until a day or 2 after they get better. Then the next one gets sick, and the next one's like a nonstop roller coaster. It's just. What's the difference between powers and abilities? That's never really thought of that. I know a lot of people use that kind of interchangeable. I would say powers would be more like super strength, super speed, stuff like that. Abilities is actual magical abilities that they can possess, like changing, shape shifting, stuff like that. I feel like power would be more physical attributes, and abilities would be more magical attributes. That's how I kind of look at it, I guess. I don't know. I've always just kind of used it interchangeably, but yeah. Oh, kind of something. Yeah. I finished proofing another chapter of my client's book. Cool. Yeah, I mean, this is how I kind of look at it. A superpower is, you have an enhanced ability of some sort. It's not nothing out of the ordinary. It's just that you are better at it, like super strength, super speed, stuff like that. And abilities are more something that is not normal at all in any aspect. Shooting laser out your eyes or something like that. That's, like I said, that's just my own personal opinion. I could be wrong. I don't know. But that wraps up this stream. Thank you all for joining and hanging out and writing and doing whatever else y'all are doing. And, just being productive in some way or shape, form, whatever. Yeah, all that stuff. All my links are down below if you want to go follow me on social media. I got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Patreon, YouTube. I got a website, a newsletter you can sign up for, all that fun stuff. As well as there's a list of other author tubers names down below. Some of y'all's links might be down there, some of them might not be. I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a while, but you can go down there, click those, and go support other people. There's a link of other write-ins if y'all enjoy this and want to know, when others are happening or whatever. I think it gets updated like weekly or something, so you can go check that out. Like I said earlier, for the month of March, I will continue my Do You Hate Me Yet series. I have 9 videos filmed and uploaded, scheduled for each Monday and Thursday, as well as I will be doing a friendship tag that I did with Rachel. I'll be uploading that at some point as well, and a mini vlog of her stay here will be uploaded as well. And then if you want to see the full-length version of that vlog, you'll have to become a Patreon, which, like I said, the link's down below, and the longer versions of that is up, available on there, or at least 3 of the 4 parts are up there. I'm currently working on the 4th one right now, but by the end of the night, they will be on there as well. So yeah. Let's see here. It's more. Have to shave off 900 words from a story so it doesn't exceed the maximum count of submission. Shaved 100 so far. I hate fucking cutting words. Yeah, that's. I do not envy you right now. And Rago said I got my chapter outline. Cool. Glad I could be of some assistance, even if it was just time, and you could have done it without me, but still, it makes me feel special, I guess. But again, thank y'all for joining. See y'all next week. Peace out. Yali.